Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As they said, my name is Bianka Mariscal. I am the instructional coach for transitional kindergarten here at Ravenswood. Last year, I also supported kinder classrooms. You might see me pop into kinder and TK classrooms this year because I'm supporting small group instructors with SEEDS instruction and SIPS instructions. Yeah, just a little bit of context, not context, but like a little housekeeping. I made a paper printout of the slides with some notes for you if you want to take notes to write down. I am also asking any questions that you wait till the end, just so that you can get the most out of the presentation and be able to practice. I've also printed some handheld materials for you all that you'll see me use in the presentation and model of the SEEDS. And if you need any or you're missing some, there are some more on this side. All right, with that being said, so our goal for today is just really to understand, really quickly, the research behind learning letter names and sounds, to know how to teach letter names and sounds using the SEEDS framework, to observe and practice teaching the SEEDS framework, and of course, at the end, ask any lingering questions and to get any support from myself and from your colleagues. Okay, what I'd love us to do with the person next to you is just really quickly, what are you hoping to get out of our time today? Turn to your partner, turn to his bird. Huh? Yeah, out of your time here today. What are you hoping to get out of our time today? All righty, everyone. Wrap up your conversations. Thank your partner. If anyone, let's have maybe 2 people share out. What are they hoping to get out of their time together today?
Refresher on SEEDS.
Okay, refresher on SEEDS.
You have a command over the kids, and we want to steal that from you.
I'm hoping I can transfer it over to you. Okay. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and dive in. So to explain the acronym of SEEDS, it is a mouthful, but it's known as SEEDS. So it stands for, I'm going to go slow, sensitivity, encouragement, education, development, self-image. It is a lot. Or, yes, I can. Sensitivity, encouragement, education, development, self-image, more commonly known as SEEDS. It's a language and literacy framework. So it's not a curriculum, it's a set of tools that transitional kindergarten and kindergarten teachers are given to help their students with the essential skills they need to promote reading proficiency, and it's aligned with SIPS. So SEEDS helps children explore and learn language and literacy skills like letter names and sounds, alliteration, rhyming, vocabulary, and it's all very engaging and hands-on for our youngest of scholars. And one of the ways that SEEDS does this is through song. Why songs, you say? Why songs, you say? Why songs? I can tell you why. Students love songs. If you've met a TK and a kinder, half the time they're spending singing what they need as they're walking through the classroom. The younger kids, all right, sorry about that. So, why songs? Students love songs. Songs make it easy for us to remember things, especially the younger kids. It's easy and an age-appropriate way to engage students. How many times have you seen them in front of the TV and there's a song and they're singing along? SEEDS is very heavy on songs, and songs are the best way to get the kids on board and ready with you. So, with that being said, I'm going to model one of the songs. You're going to be using at least 4 songs in the SEEDS lesson. I'm going to be modeling, if you want to follow along, the letters have names. I will sing it once so you can hear it, and then I would like everyone to sing it with me, just so you got your loosey-goosey. And remember, this is a safe space. It's for us to practice so you're ready to go off with your kids. Okay. Letters, letters, letters have names. What is the name of this letter? Start at the top, pull down straight, and slide right. What's the name of our letter? T. T, beautiful. T. T, 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 T. T is the name of this letter. So that is just one of the songs we'll be singing. Are you ready to try it again? All together? All right. Starting at letters. Letters, letters, letters have names. What is the name of this letter? Start at the top, pull down straight, slide right. What's our name? T. Beautiful. T, T, T. T is the name of this letter. Thank you very much, everyone. So that's just one of the songs that we use in our seeds lesson. And I'll be modeling the rest of the songs throughout. So that way you can hear and see what they look like. One thing to note for the songs, there is no common jingle. You use what moves you. I know, it's kind of crazy, but there is no like one main jingle that they use. You use whatever's gonna engage the students with you, whatever you feel is gonna help them memorize it, that by the time you start their lesson, they're already gonna be on board with you. They're gonna be so excited to sing the letter song that you're just gonna have to keep it going. All right, so I'm gonna be modeling our lesson now. And what I will be doing is going to be very different than what you do in a typical session with your students. I'm going to be modeling and then explaining what I did right after. You will not be doing that with your kiddos. Now is the time, if you have any questions, please write them down. I will have a Q&A at the end that I can go over, but this is a time for you to just watch how a seeds lesson looks, and then we'll have time at the end for questions. All right. So our format for our seeds model typically starts off with a letter sound chant. You'll sing the alphabet with your students. That's that ABC song. You'll move into introducing the new letter, and that's where you'll put in your letters have name songs and your letters make sound songs. Then you'll get to play games with your students. Match, point, and say, and I will explain what those looks like as we get to that. You'll practice writing or building the letters. Play another game, How Fast Can You Go? They love this game. And it's only if the student needs it, name writing. It's optional. This is not something that you need to do with your students, but it is there if you want to do more practice with them. So the first one I'm going to start off with is the letter sound chant. And just some overall context, to learn letter names, students need to visually discriminate them. That's the purpose of seeds. Seeds really focuses on visual discrimination. Kiddos cannot grasp letter names if they're not able to tell what the shapes you're giving them are. So seeds is really all about visual discrimination and really getting the shape to stick and also the name to stick to the shape. So if you teach letters like B and D together, the kids are going to lose it because they look the same. But seeds has a scope and sequence. This is just an example that shows how the letters are taught by their visual discrimination. So it's important that when you're going over them with your students that you make sure the letters are separate visually from each other. That way there's no confusion and there's more successful with their memorization. Okay, so we're going to start with our song. Are we ready? So if you're following along on the chant, we're going to say the name, the sound, and then the picture. Okay, I got my pointer to help us out. A, apple. A, apple. B, balloon. C, caterpillar. Oh, my bad. C, caterpillar, sorry. D, dog. E, egg. F, fish. G, guitar. H, hat. I, igloo. J, jar. K, key. L, lamb. M, monkey. N, nest. O, octopus. P, pencil. Q, queen. R, ring. S, sand. T, turtle. U, umbrella. V, vacuum. W, wagon. X, box. Y, yo-yo. Z, zipper. Thank you, everyone. So scene. One thing that's important when you're going over the song, if your teacher has hand motions that go with each letter, please do it along with your student. Hand motions, especially for our younger kids, really help them memorize it more. So if they have hand motions for B, which is like balloon, I'm just coming up with something, please do it alongside them. That way kids aren't confused when they go back to whole class and you've shown one thing and the other. And then for sounds, it's really important that when we're saying the sounds, we don't add the schwa, that lazy sound at the end. It's gonna affect their blending when they get to like a 3-letter word such as dog, and you've been saying duh, so then they blend it as duh-og. It just doesn't make sense. So I do have a video of how to pronounce sounds for everyone that will be going out, but yeah, that's just something to know. All right, everyone. Today, we are learning a new letter. Are you ready? Today, we are learning the letter. Can you sing our song with me? Letters, letters, letters have names. What is the name of this letter? Pull down straight, slide right. The name of our letter is T. Yes, today, we are learning the letter T. The name of the letter is T. What's the name of our letter? T. Beautiful. What's the name of our letter? T. Over here, what's the name of our letter? T. What about this side? What's the name of our letter? T. In the middle, what's the name of our letter? T. Beautiful. The name of the letter is T. The sound of the letter is T, like turtle. So I want you to watch how I say the sound again. T. Okay, look over here. T. You can put your hand in front of your mouth. You should feel a little bit of air. T. Beautiful. Okay. One more time, what's our sound? T. What's the name? T. Beautiful. All right, my friends, we're going to sing our favorite song. You can sing it along with me. Letters, letters, letters have names. What is the name of this letter? T. All right. T. T, T, T. T is the name of this letter. So after you've done the name song, you're going to switch it into the sound song. Very similar, same rhyme, you're just switching name to sound. Okay. Letters, letters, letters have sounds. What is the sound of this letter? T. Is the sound of this letter. Beautiful. Our name of our letter is T. The sound says, the name is T. The sound is wonderful. Oh, sound is T. Try again. I'm glad you did that. So reason why, anytime a student makes a mistake, you're just going to do a quick, watch me, T. Your turn. Perfect. Sorry, did not mean to call you out that way, but I'm glad that you did it. After you've introduced the letter and done our letters have names and letter have sounds, you will switch into their favorite games, match, point, say. Okay, match, you're looking at 2 letters and they are determining if they are the same or different. It's all about visual discrimination. You'll ask students just to put a thumbs up if they look the same or a thumbs down if they do not. I tend to have them repeat the name of the letter after. Our kiddos need to hear the name the most, like 120 times to really get it to stick. So the more that they hear you say the name, the better. And this is just really to see, do they understand that this shape has a name? Do they understand the shape? Do they remember the shape? After match is point. So they'll look at multiple letters and point to the one that the teacher will say. So you'll show them a map of letters that visually different from each other, and ask them to find the letter of the day or letters previously taught. And then the last part is say. So that is where you'll show them a group of letters. You, the teacher, will point and they need to say the name. If your students don't know any of the letters, it's a very I do, we do. So you will say the name first, and then they repeat. If students do know the name, you just point to whichever letter you would like them to say. And this is just what it looks like. Oh, my S is off, but match. They'll look at 2 letters. They'll tell you if it's the same or different. Point, you'll show them a row, and they'll point to the letter. And say, you'll show them letters, and they'll say the names. Now, I realize I paused from the model. I'm just explaining what it is before I go into it. So the fun thing about match, point, say, all of these are developmentally appropriate for our TK and K students. If you're noticing that a student cannot do say, then you just go back to point. It tells you that they haven't quite put the name and tagged it to the shape yet. If a student's not ready for point, then you just go back to match. They still kind of need to know the shape of the letter before they can go on to this. Once you're starting noticing that, oh, they're getting matched pretty well, you can move up or back. Okay, so I'm gonna model match first. Okay, so my friends, we've got to practice the letter T. I'm just gonna go over how it looks like again. Start at the top, slide down, side, right, T. I'm gonna show you 2 letters. If they look like the letter T, what letter? T. You're gonna show me thumbs up. Can I see thumbs up? Make sure everyone's got it. Great. If they do not look like the letter T, they look different, you're gonna show me thumbs down. Perfect. All right, let's look at our first 2 letters. Same or not the same? Same. Oh, I love that we did that. Okay, so I see some thumbs down, I see some thumbs up. So let's look at T again. T starts at the top, pull down, side, right. Do these look the same?
No.
They do not look the same. They are not the same as T. All right, here's our next one. Same or different? Same. These are the same. They are both the letter T. Good job. Same or different? Different. Different. They are not T. Same or different? Same. Same. They are both the letter T. Perfect. Okay, same or different? Different. Different, yes. This one does not have a slide right in the middle. This one does. This one is our letter T. Perfect. Okay, so match. I'm so glad you did that. If you're noticing a student is saying yes, it's a quick fix. You'll show them the formation of the letter, have them compare and see if they look the same. Okay, our next part is point. All right, my friends, this time I'm going to say the letter and you have to point to the letter that I'm saying. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, T. Yes, I see friends pointing in the middle. S. Perfect. Okay. T. Very good. W. So this is assuming students know a bit more letters. If they didn't, I would just focus on the letters that I taught. T. Very good. And since you're working with a small group of students, it's very much meant for you to call on the student to come up and point. The fun thing, if you do it whole group like this, it's hard to tell if they're actually pointing to the letter or not. So it's very much meant to, like, I use a pointer. Can you come up and point to the letter T, please? Oh, yes. Oh, be careful. Very good. The name of the letter is T. Yeah, and our other students can just kind of like quietly keep it in their brain, but it's really just meant for you to check which students are actually getting it. Okay, point to the letter T. Beautiful. And now our next part, my friends, you've been practicing so many letters that now I'm going to point to the letter and you all tell me the name. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 as if you're new to letters and we're just going over the letter we've taught. And then I'll model 2 as you do know the letters and I'm just going to call students to say names. All right, are we ready? Yeah. Very good. All right, I'm going to pass my magic pointer to a friend, ask them and tell them to tell me the name. Let's see, this friend. Can you tell me the name of this letter?
R.
Very good. And here comes my other pointer. Here we go. Can you tell me the name of this letter?
Y.
Very good. All right. Okay. And here we go. I've got my pointer again. Name of the letter?
N.
Name?
E.
Very good. Very good. Okay, our last part.
T.
Yes.
W.
Ooh, I heard one friend say a different letter name. So remember, my turn, W. Your turn?
W.
Very good. Okay, insane. So anytime you hear a student make a mistake, it's a quick I fix, I show you, or I tell you, and then you repeat. Super fast. And then for say, you really want you to pay attention to if they're saying the letter name and the sound. I heard someone say sound over here. That was perfect. It's just a quick fix of, yes, you're right. That is the sound. What's it called? What is the name? Okay. So after we play our games, you'll move into handwriting. For handwriting with the letters, it doesn't necessarily have to be writing on pen paper. You can use marker. You can have them build it with sensory items like Play-Doh or sand or those clay sticks that they use. It's really a chance for them to continue practicing the kinesthetic mode of writing and forming the letter. When you're doing the practice, you'll model first, model writing the letter, and use the auditory script to describe how you make it. So in your packet, you should have an auditory script that looks like this. These are just little quick chants for how to form the letter. I'm someone that loves to model it live with them. So if you have a whiteboard or a clipboard, quick cheat, I just tape it to the back. That way I can look as I'm modeling and don't have to worry about memorizing the chants. But you will always model writing the letter and use the script. It's a step-by-step process that helps the kid memorize. After, they'll do a guided practice. We call it the we do. You will, with them, practice writing the letter. And it can be in the air, on their leg, on the table with their finger. But it's a chance for you to see, are they forming the letter correctly? Are they starting at the top? Are they all over the place? Do I need to model more? And then finally, they'll have an independent practice using a paper, whiteboard, whatever form that you choose. The student will write the letter 5 times. So if it's T, 5 times. Once everyone in your group has written it 5 times, you'll have them point to the letter and say the name 5 times, and then they will go back and say the sound 5 times. Okay. So I'll model and practice. All right, my friends, it's my favorite time. We're going to practice writing our letter. T. Very good. One more time. T. What sound does it say? T. Good job. Oh, remember it says T. Okay, we're going to practice writing our letter T. Watch me first, and then we'll all have a turn to do it together. Start at the top, pull down straight, slide right. I'm going to show you one more time. Start at the top, pull down straight, slide right. Are you ready to do it together? Okay, get your fingers in the air. Ooh, I see this friend's got fingers in the air. This friend's got finger in the air. They're all ready to write with me. Pull down straight, slide right. Very good. Let's do it one more time. Pull down straight, slide right. Do it on your hand. Pull down straight, slide right. Do it on the table. Pull down straight, slide right. Okay, we are ready. What I want us to do right now on your papers is write T 5 times. How many times?
5.
All right, when you're done, put your pen in the air. You can start writing your letter T. Okay. Oh, I see one friend is starting. Pull down straight, slide right. Okay, I see another friend is done. Do you need a pen? Oh, okay. Okay, so once you've noticed that every student is done, they put their pens in the air. You can now, okay, take your pen, point to your T's. We're going to say the name 5 times. Ready, go. T.
T. T. T. T.
Well, let's do it again, and this time we're going to say the sounds 5 times. Ready, go. T. 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 Very good. All right. So during that time in your small group when they're writing, your job is just really to not walk around, but look around at their writing. make sure they're starting at proper formation. If you're noticing a student is still struggling, what you'll do is on their side of their paper, you'll go to the corner. Ooh, I'm trying so hard to make sure you can see, but model the proper formation and have them try it underneath. If they're still showing, like say for example, I had a student that wrote it as an F, you'll do hand to hand. It's very gentle hand to hand. You'll just put your hand on top, and the minute you start noticing that they're driving away from the formation, you'll just correct and have them really do the guiding of it. And that's it. Encourage them and praise them for their hard work. We really want them to want to do more. Okay, so our last part of the seed session is how fast can you go? So this is on the top of your slides if you're following along. It's gonna look just like this and says, how fast can you go on the top? We're gonna sing one more song for this one. The kids love this one because they wanna show that they're faster than you at reading the letters. So, song goes like this. How fast can you go? How fast can you go? We take turns saying letters we know. How fast can you go? Okay, can we try it together? How fast can you go? How fast can you go? We take turns saying letters we know. How fast can you go? So we're gonna pretend you all know these letters. So the only thing you have to do is I'm gonna point and you gotta say the names. Are we ready?
E, D, R, T,
Very good.
J, T, E, H.
All right, now we're gonna pretend you do not know the letters. You maybe only know the letter we've taught. And when that happens, you go first, and then you challenge them to say it faster than you. The kids actually get really excited for this. All right, my friends, I've been practicing so hard with my letters that I think I can beat you. I'm pretty sure I can go really fast. I'm gonna go first. X, R, K, T. So fast. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
X, R, K, T.
Oh my goodness, that was so much faster than me. By a whole minute. Wow. Okay, let's do it one more time. All right, I've been practicing. E, T, Q, R. Oh, your turn.
E, T, Q, R.
I think you all are cheating. All right, here's my last one. I'm pretty sure I can be faster than you. I'm gonna go first and then you all can go. P, T, Q, E. Your turn.
P, T, Q, E.
You all have been practicing your letters, haven't you? I can tell. Very nice work. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right, and that's our seeds lesson. So at the end, it does say optional. You can practice their name writing with them. It's not part of a seeds lesson. If a student really needs it, it's just another chance to practice formation, but you do not need to do the name writing with them. Okay, so just a couple of other things. Some takeaways for letter name and letter sounds. It's very important that your students get many opportunities to practice the focus letter and any letter taught previously. So at the start of the lesson, you can do quick flashcards of the past letters you've taught with them, and then move on into your actual instruction. Make sure it's clear and explicit. Students aren't going to be able to take it away unless it's clear what you're wanting them to walk away with. The other thing is focus letters are chosen based on data. So one thing I was sharing with another instructor was that a lot of our kinders and TKs this year are actually coming in with the wealth of knowledge of letters, thanks to y'all's support or past seeds, that a lot of them really don't need that much more instruction, maybe like a handful. So you'll be consulting with your teacher of exactly what letters do they still need in order to get them to that point of 20. Excuse me. If the student makes an error, it's so important that you fix it right away. And it's a really quick, like, don't have to stop everything, just like, oh, my turn, your turn, and then keep moving on. And last one, keep it quick and engaging. If you lengthen it out, you're gonna lose our smaller kiddos. They're gonna wanna go do something else. The more engaging it is, the more they want to stay with you and do it. Okay, so with that being said, I wanted to leave you all time, the majority of time, to practice a seeds lesson. That way, when you go off into your small groups, you feel prepared and you feel ready. You can, if you'd like, practice the letter T that I did, or you can practice another letter that calls to you. But really, this is your chance to practice a seeds lesson. I have printed out most of the materials that you're going to need for seeds in your packets that you can use alongside your partner. What you can do is one person can practice, give a compliment, any question you have, and then switch.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe you address this, I apologize. So, what would you suggest? Like, should our volunteers prep themselves and put the letters on index cards, or do you think using, for even the matching games, do you think using whiteboards? And then it'd be great to practice it the way we think we want to do it, right?
Yeah, so it really depends on what you are comfortable with. You can use index cards to make the point save match. You can use a whiteboard to like quickly write and erase. Or if you're digital like me, there are slides that you can use that have everything. You just have to like read through it. But yes, so what we have is index cards if you want to write down the letters. We also have whiteboards that you can use to practice hand formation, to do the lessons with your partner live. And then if you're very interested and want to use digital, I can come to you and help you find the digital slides to practice. But use this time to like kind of prep and then go into your practice. Yeah.
So at the beginning, you're not letting them write at all.
No.
You're doing all the writing. They're just learning the sound.
They're just learning the letter and sound. They will not start the writing until you get to the practice writing or building letter.
And that will be halfway through the year typically?
Students are getting whole class instruction on it also. So they're not just getting it from you. What you're doing there is individualized for them to practice.
And what letters you're doing for that week is supplied by the teacher in the box, so you know exactly what you need to do.
Just like we said at the beginning, communicate with your teacher of which letters you'll be practicing. And then I would, as a good housekeeping, just keep tabs of which letters I practiced, and as well as how students did with it, if we need to practice the same letter the same day. Seeds is not like a strict, you have to do this one and this one next. If your students are really struggling with one, it's okay to stretch it out, but making sure to review the other letters as well. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, and
you can choose what you want to do.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
So it's about an hour and 15-ish minutes, I think.
So it's longer because I pause, but really a seeds lesson is your max 7, 10 minutes. It's not supposed to take that long. It's supposed to be super quick. As you start getting into the routine of it, and kiddos do, it will go faster. Mine took longer because I'm pausing and explaining as I go. But please get materials of how you would like to prep for your practice. They're all in the back, and I will come to you to answer any questions. But yeah. Okay.
So I had TK kids last
Ooh.
year with this grip.
Yes.
And
so glad you did that.
Please.
Yes, I
address
can. Okay. So mind if I borrow your pen?
No, not at all.
So I learned this from Handwriting Without Tears. A lot of kiddos will do this. So during the practice writing or building, that's your chance to really help correct. So the rule of thumb is your thumb and your finger. And the way that I taught it with my kiddos was I had them lay it down on their table. They're going to take their pincher fingers, pinch the front, and then flip the pen over, and they're holding it correctly. It's going to take some practice. They're going to need a lot of like reminders of how to do it, and might need you to manually, yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. Exactly. They might need you to go back and fix. And that's okay. Like if you're noticing they went back to this, you're just going to give the gentle, remember how we hold your pencil, and guide them back. Yeah, thank you for saying that.
That's
Okay.
What are you teaching the letters? Are you teaching like the capital A and
yeah.
and
Thank you for that.
Start with uppercase or
Thank you.
uppercase?
I'm so glad you asked that. So for seeds, she asked if when we're teaching it, you are going over the uppercase or the lowercase. Because lowercase is what they see the most in text, you are starting with lowercase. Yeah.
Do you call it lowercase? Is that the name lowercase?
Lowercase letters, yeah. So you start with lowercase. They are still going to get uppercase instruction, but we want to make sure they get the lowercase first because that's what they see the most in text. Okay. I'll take 3 more questions. I really do want you to have your time to practice. I will come to you if you still have more. So here.
Has anybody else had a child that does not understand the concept of same and different?
Yes.
Anybody else had a kid like that? They really don't know what same means and what different means?
Oh, you mean the words or
The words.
In English or Spanish. Yeah. You say, is this the same, is this different? And they either answer incorrectly or they do not understand the words, the meaning of the words. Anybody else had that?
And you say, does it look the same or does it?
Or when they're supposed to match it,
They
they
gotta
gotta
know,
right, what I mean.
So what you could do if a student's not ready for same and match, at least of the shapes, you could take it back even further and do colors. So have them look at 2 colors and ask them, like, do they match? And if they say yes, great, and practice like that. If they're still not getting like colors, it might need to go back further.
So you can say, do they match?
Do they match? Yeah, because sometimes kids will not like you said, what is same, what is different. You can even do a friendly kid definition. Are they the same? Do they match? Are they different? Do they not match? Okay.
Are we typically just doing one letter in one day?
Yeah.
Will we know in advance what the letter will be that day?
Yes, so your teacher, it's all data driven. Your teacher should be communicating with you. Here are the letters that they need. And then there's a scope and sequence printed out. If I can just borrow this real fast. Thank you. This is the seed scope and sequence. It is structured so that the letters are visually different from each other. You'll use this to kind of guide where you'll start based on the letters they know. Sorry, everyone. I don't want to interrupt, but I just wanted to hear from the ones that are here how much more time you'd like with practice. It's really all for you to just ask questions and things like that. So if you can show me on your fingers or shout. How much time? 0 time? Okay. 0? Is anyone else? 0? Okay. All righty. So, sorry, just kidding. 5 minutes. I'll just get 5 minutes. Is that okay? 5 minutes, 5 more minutes. I am here for questions, and then I'll just wrap up. Okay, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being vulnerable and using this time to practice your lesson. Ask me all the questions. I got a lot of great questions from different people about seeds and what it could look like. I really appreciate you being open to practicing this and feeling ready for your kids. Just a couple of things that I heard as I walked around. I had a group that mentioned that they have a group of kiddos that are not kinder and TK. They're in a little bit of the upper grades. And they noted that these songs might not be up their alley because they're older kids. So one thing that I said was what's really important is just that they're repeating the name and doing the step-by-step of how to write it and form it. Way to keep them engaged. Students love showing that they can beat you in things. So I used to do with my kiddos, I called it teacher versus student points. And I would frame the game, which is, all right, I'm going to point to a letter and you have to say it as fast as you can. And then every time they said it, they got a point. And they just loved being able to beat the teacher. So that was something that really engaged them and helped them be excited. Even if they know the routines enough, you can have them lead it. If you feel like your management is strong enough, you can have them, all right, how fast can you go? Eric, go. And he can go up and lead the rest of the group. Yeah. There was another question that I had about formation. Someone asked how picky we want to be about how they're forming it properly. My ask is, there is research that shows if they're starting bottom up, it does affect their reading. So you really want to make sure they're starting top bottom. Any other thing, it's just, I wouldn't fight them on it. As long as they're starting top to bottom and they're following the gist of the steps, you're fine. Okay, just one more thing. So someone asked how to determine how to move on in terms of pacing. So it really depends on how fast your students are grasping the letters. If you have a group of kiddos that they are getting the letter every day, you can do it day by day by day. It's a new letter. If you have a group of kiddos you've noticed, we did D, and maybe only one of them got it, but the other 3 didn't, it's kind of your cue to slow it down. So what I have is just an example. There's no right way to do it. Really depends on your kids and the data that you're getting in the spot. But for example, in my group, I have 4 students. I taught the letter D on Monday. We reviewed O. But after meeting with them, I noticed only 1 student got D. Everyone else really struggled. So instead of next day, Tuesday, showing a new letter, I'm just going to teach D again. I'm going to teach it again and make sure to review it. Okay. And after getting my data this time, 3 out of 4 students got D, but there's still that 1 student that isn't getting it. I unfortunately can't stop the entire pacing of it for this 1 student because I have 3 others that I have to think about. But what I can do, make sure I review D and introduce a new one. And then slow it down again. Do C again, review the letters I've taught. Friday, review the 3 that I've taught and introduce a new one. It really depends on how quick and what you're noticing your kids are mastering with their letters.
We only are tutoring one day, so is this a note we're leaving for the next tutor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then is the idea that we're working with the same group of kids?
you should be. If it's something different, then let your RCP heads know, but you should be same kids because that will help with consistency. Any other questions that came up?
So it's an hour, are we having like 2 groups, like 30 minutes, 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, and some of them might be even quicker than that, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions? This is your time.
Is there Are there assessments that we do on a regular basis?
So at Belhaven and Castano, they have small group instructors for Kinder and TK who every Wednesday, if you're TK every Wednesday, if you're Kinder every other Wednesday, they go in and assess the letters. All that data is collected for the teacher and for myself because I work with them on small groups, and we determine from there if groups need to change, if students are ready to move on. So you do not have to collect that data. If you want to for yourself, you can, but do know small group instructors do this assessment weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah, thank you.
This is something you all are going to talk about in another venue, but in terms of communication, can you guys hear me? Or
I think it's
for him. Okay, in terms of communication, your group as a cohort at the meet and greet or together will decide how you want to communicate. Mm-hmm. So we used to always have a binder, and you would physically write it. A lot of people do Google Docs, mm-hmm. And they just add every day. Some people do a text, some people do an email. So you all need to figure out the best way for the 4 of you to communicate. And the only thing is, if you were doing like a SIPS lesson and you wanted to know ahead of time what lesson, or if you wanted to know what letter you were going to do because you wanted to make index cards, then you have to make sure you come up with the system that they find out before they, come into the classroom. So we will talk that at a later date, but that is a very important thing for each group to figure out. And every group does it differently, so we're happy to walk you through that.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Can you talk a little bit about just handling some behavioral things? For instance, what if one child kind of dominates? Or one child is very quiet?
So in terms of participation?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad because we were talking about it a little at this table. So and you will have some students who are like really on it and some who are quiet. One thing that I used to tell my groups is if I framed the question, so for example, let me scrouge back if it lets me. So let's say I wanted them, this is the letter I wanted a student to say the name. So I would say, hey, when I see your thumb, that tells me you're ready to tell me the name of the letter. So think in your brain, don't say it out loud, just think, what is the name of this letter? Show me your thumb when you're ready. And you'll wait. And then when you see a thumb, you can A, call on that friend that is kind of quiet, or call on another friend. It kind of tells them like you're not gonna call on them until they show you they're ready. The other thing that I said is during any independent time you have, so handwriting, for example, that is your chance to check in with that quiet kid and make sure that they're getting it. So it'd be a really quick, like if my friend here is writing her letters, then I could really quickly, can you tell me the name of this letter? Without interrupting anyone else, and so that they don't feel that pressure to have to like shout out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other questions?
What do you do when you have a kid who's very chatty and wants to tell you all about her favorite dress or her fantastic movie she saw?
So my favorite tool, one thing that I used to do with small groups, if it comes to that, was I had a talking tool. So I have somewhere on my desk a stuffed animal. They knew that if they had it, it was their turn to talk. If they don't have it, it's not their turn to talk. I would also tell them before if I knew this particular friend, I would say, are you telling me a story or do you have a question? And sometimes they would be like, and then I would give them a frame like, I want to know, and then it would kind of like force them to ask the question. Some friends would go into, I want to know about this time that I went, and I'd be like, oh, we're moving on, talking about letter names, and just keep it going. Don't even engage anymore.
Yeah, I've done that, but I always feel a little guilty that you're dismissing them.
Yeah.
You have to think of their confidence.
Yeah.
You know.
And it could be as simple like, I so want to hear your story.
Yeah.
Can you tell me when we're done? Yeah. And oftentimes like kids will forget. Kids will forget. And then you're just like, great. Or if they're like super like, yeah, I want to tell you, just, oh, remember, when we're done, you can tell me.
We had a student last year who liked to hold, he was very tactile, he liked to hold things a lot, but then he was at the table or banging, and I had to grab it out of his hand, and you feel like, oh, you'd often think about, his feelings, to my reacting, like I was in charge, but I didn't like that. That's the way he looked at me, sort of, I'm afraid of you.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think with that, it does have to do in part for how the teacher teaches a student how to use that fidget. Sometimes what's helpful with your small group, whether it's 3 students, 2, or 1, is to come up with agreements or expectations of what you expect in that time and go over it with them. So if you have something like that, where do you think you should put it? In your pocket? What say you, okay, every time we start, in your pocket. What's going to happen if these things are broken, if these rules are broken? And then you can talk and coach with them of what will happen. Should the teacher take it? Did I ask you to put it away in your backpack? Just so that they know those expectations are being upheld. And also communicating with the teacher, like if there are fidgets like that, well, what do you do if they're using it inappropriately? And so that they're getting that same message in their small group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to make him, this little boy, leave his water bottle and then he had his hands on the table far away. But he'd turn around and look at them as I'm missing them.
Yeah, and it's like, I know, buddy. I know.
I have to distract, so there's some time taken up, absorbed with disciplining.
Yeah, and I think, again, like it goes on with, it's what the teacher's communicating in terms of that. So it might be good to check in with your teacher of like, if you do have expectations, that they are also communicating that message with their class. Yeah. So when you go to Miss Rachel's group, put your water away, put your pencils away.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll reinforce that, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, the wicked witch with my wand.
No.
Is it okay for them to have some kind of a fidget? Like something soft that wouldn't make any noise?
Yeah, I think, again, it depends on like, if the teacher has trained the child with it, it is something that they absolutely needed, then yes, that's fine. Communicate with your teacher about it. And again, like, what happens if they're using it inappropriately? Like, what am I allowed to say or do? What do you say? That way you're both aligned. They're not getting different messages. Okay. Any other questions?
This was in more in the second grade group, but I always seemed to have in both my groups somebody who wanted to help. And so every time the struggling one would try to get it, that one would help. And so the struggling one never had a chance to get the answer out because the helpful one was always
I want to do it first.
And so I had trouble, trying to keeping one at bay while the other one had a chance. Because the other one wasn't that far behind.
Right.
But the fast one was really fast.
He won the how fast can you go game.
Yeah. I mean, and we weren't doing, it was more sips and sight words.
So you could do the thumb of like, I'm not moving on till everyone has their thumb up. And if they're still wanting, I'm only going to call in friends that are sitting quietly with their thumb. Or even like if this friend absolutely like, I need to do something and they're strong in their letters or like their sight words, here's your whiteboard, write down the sight word. Like give them something that they can do so that way you can check in on your kiddo and make sure that they got it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I may have missed the first half of that, I apologize, but is this your suggestion for a kid who just blurts out at time?
Yeah. It's just a simple participation rule, like think first. I'm not calling on you until you raise your hand or have your thumb and even if they're like, me, I'm not calling.
They don't me. It's like
blurt.
Spoil it because the other kid might need to think about it. To come up with it. And if you're constantly giving them the letter name, the other child doesn't have a learning opportunity.
Yeah, and I think like that conversation is okay to have with your student and like telling them like, I understand you really want to help them and you know it, but like you said beautifully, when you blurt it out, you're not helping them learn. What's another way that we can help them learn? And like make them a part of the problem solving, making the solution, but yeah. Any other questions around seeds or small groups? Alrighty, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you all being so vulnerable. Oh, wait, sorry, one quick question. Yes.
Is there anybody here from Castaño School Miss Minter's K class?
Yes, right here.
Both of you? Both of you?
Oh, Brooke. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Who's the other person?
It's
just Brooke.
Yeah,
just Brooke.
Oh, okay, not a question.
Okay.
I don't know who they are. Don't you say Peggy? Let's see.
Salgado?
Is anybody here from Miss Salgado? Yes,
Yes.
Lorna.
Yes.
Right here, Lori.
Yes.
Lori and Peggy.
And anybody, we met, but anybody else?
Anybody else?
You wanted to finish up?
I just wanted to say really quickly if they're able. Yeah, but just want to make sure.
Who just left, I'm afraid. She's right behind you. Is Julia still here? She just
They might have left.
And then,
Yeah, she left.
Christine is the lead? No, Julia is the lead. Unfortunately, she was right behind you. She's lovely.
Before you talk to your groups, we've got, Bianca wanted to mention one more thing.
If you can, if it's possible, and I can have our friends share it out, but if you can please take this feedback survey, it'll just help me make any edits I need or just need to know if there's anything I need to fix up on our training. And then I am around at the sites, Bellhaven and Castaño, and if you happen to see me by, please feel free to ask questions. If you want me to just come and observe or need me to model a seat, something for you, like please don't hesitate to ask. I'm here for you all.
And how do we get the link to the survey?
If you open up your camera on your phone and just ta-da, and scan the QR code, it should let you take the survey. Yeah.
And we will also be sending out the slide deck and everything, which will have the QR code
Yes.
as well. So if you don't get it today, you'll get it when we send out the summary. The summary is probably going to be a few days because we have our wonderful videographer back there who will need a little time to kind of finalize the video. But it'll all be coming out in the next week. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But, so thank you all for coming.
Thank you all so
Really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you, Bianca.
Of course. Of course, thank you.